7 ways to get the right people to your next fundraising event. And make sure you stick around for number 6, because that one is gonna knock your socks off and raise a lot of money for your event. You know, it's easy to get people to show up to an event with free food and free drinks, but we know if you're trying to raise money for a great cause, and I assume that's why you're here, you want to get the right people to your event. And the ideas I'm about ready to share are going to make that happen. Hello, my name is Kevin Rudder. If I didn't tell you already, I'm a professional fundraising auctioneer and consultant, and I'm here to share with you real-world knowledge, practical, helpful advice to dominate at your next fundraising event. And so let's get started with number 1, your donor list. Now, before you go, start getting ready to press that button and do that email blast or make a bunch of phone calls hoping to get a voicemail. Let me tell you, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, what statistics have proven. Most people do not come to a fundraising event because they weren't personally invited. That's right, a handshake wasn't given, an actual personal talk with them never took place. I'm talking about actually putting in the work to make this event a success, and that's going to require some work. So consider breaking up your donor list to a group of volunteers, or maybe the people that are on your board that each know directly every single name on that list. Now, 1,000 people or 5,000 people, that's a lot of people on a list. Consider having a meeting of the minds, so to speak, and get everybody personally connected to every name on the list and just shout out the names. Who knows the Fergusons? Who knows the Johnsons? Who knows each individual on there? And as people start saying, I know them, then those are the ones to make that personal contact. If you're a school and a lot of kids are being picked up at the end of the day, it might be as easy as somebody dressing up and getting excited about the event in the theme that you have and walking up to the car and just saying, hi, Jan, it's me, you know me, our kids know each other. Are you coming to the event next week or next month or in 3 months? And that personal connection is going to make a world of difference, because that's how it's going to happen. I'm not suggesting not to still do the email blast. You definitely want to be TOMA, top of the mind awareness, and getting in front of people as much as possible. So absolutely do those email blasts, but don't forget the personal invite on your donor list. That's how you're going to get those people to show up. Number 2, social media. You're doing it right now, watching my video from some social media device, and that's what you need to be doing for your nonprofit, school, church, or charity as well. You know what? If you're not on social media every single day making comments that are worthwhile about what you guys are doing, you're doing something wrong. Every single day you should be saying something about your event, and you want to get everybody on your board, all your volunteers, to be doing the exact same thing, sharing those links, getting it to get a mini viral aspect to where everybody is talking about your event. Video is key. So if you have any content or video from last year's event, if you had one, or even the years before, showing all the fun that happens at your event, this is a time to clean that up a little bit, dust it off, and put it back on social media and your website to share with people all the fun that maybe they missed, or maybe they were there and it's nostalgic and they'll come back again. Also consider making new videos of yourself or somebody from your board or all the people that are in your organization, maybe the fun of what the event's going to look like. And it doesn't have to be high tech or high quality. And if you don't have that ability to do that, find somebody in your organization that can. There's somebody in your organization that just loves being on social media, that really is up on this game, and they're having a lot of fun doing it. And so maybe you make them in charge of your social media campaign. If you have the budget and you're a larger organization, you might want to budget ads on Facebook and other places to find like-minded people that are part of your cause. And finding, again, the right people that are passionate about the cause that you're already in to come to your event. So consider doing that as well. Number 3. And it's called the AP and AR of the business world, right? The accounts payable and the accounts receivable. Maybe your organization is so small that you are the accounts payable and receivable department. Maybe you're so large that you have multiple people in the accounts payable and the accounts receivable department. But I'll tell you what, if you're a school, if you're a nonprofit, there are people that you're giving money to, and there are people that are giving you money that need to be at your event. So you need to get from your accounts payable and your accounts receivable department a list of all those names, and they need to be invited. The garbage man, the person that does your shirts, the people that made your logo, if you had a building campaign, all those construction workers, they need to be invited to your event because they have a vested interest in the success of your charity, your nonprofit, or your school. Take a look at your AP, your accounts payable, your accounts receivable department. Number 4, what's in it for me? What's in it for not you, but the guests to come to your event? Why are they coming? Is it the famous annual costume party where an award is given for the person that's best dressed? Is this that Kentucky Derby party that everyone shows up for? Is there a great band that's going to be there? Is this a unique speaker that life was radically changed from what we have done in previous years, raising money? A famous actor, a famous local celebrity, the mayor, the governor? Is there a reason why people are showing up to your event? If not, then you have to think to yourself, we need to get some kind of hook, if you will, to get people to show up. Maybe it's the private firework display that you guys do at this event that nowhere else gets to see. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be the hook. There's got to be the reason why people show. And so make sure you have a what's in it for me mantra going on at this event. Number 5, the right press release. Now, you may have written something up about your organization already and think that's good enough. I'm telling you, there's a proper way to write a press release. And when done right, you can get newspapers, TV, and a host of online places that are gonna write and talk about your organization. You know, a lot of news stations and papers are national, but they wanna feel like they're the local heroes that talk about local things that are happening. And they're looking for stories. And when they're written correctly in a press release format, they will consider putting those on in their paper, on TV, and they may even contact you about your event to do a morning show when it's done properly. So consider going online, maybe even Googling it if you will, on how to write a proper press release. And you may get a lot of new people that are just as passionate as you about your event and maybe raise a lot more money for your cause. You want to get the right people to your event? Have a pre-party before the actual fundraising party. So how's that work? Well, I'm here to tell you this is what you want to do. You're going to get last year's donors, the top donors, or people that are on your board if you didn't have last year's event and this is your first event, to have a party at their house. Maybe a backyard barbecue, maybe a little bit of wine and cheese, a small intimate gathering of 20 or 30 people that are passionate about your cause, that have already given money, raised money, that know what kind of people you're looking to have at this event, and asking them to commit to 8 tickets, 1 table. Asking them to find 4 couples, basically 8 divided by 2, that's 4 couples, and they already have a couple. That's them and their significant others, so they're really looking for 3 couples to fill their table, and asking them to do that at this pre-party. You don't need me to do the math for you, but I will. 20 people showing up to a backyard barbecue before your fundraising event to get them excited to each commit to 1 table of 8 is, you guessed it, 160 people. That's a lot of people, and if they're the right people, that raises a lot of money for your cause. So definitely have a pre-party before the party to create table captains, and that will raise a lot of money and get more people excited about your event, and you'll have another 160 people committed and raising money for your great cause. The last and final one, I call it the sad approach. Why? Because it's sad if everybody in your organization doesn't follow the sad approach. Are you an organization that separates finding sponsors, attendees, and donated items? Well, consider following the SAD approach. And that is, it is sad if we don't ask everyone we come in contact with, that's right, everyone we meet and everyone we know, ask them all to sponsor, attend, and donate to your event. It's best not to have your organization competing for the same people and the same audience in your city, state, or wherever you find like-minded people. And that's what happens when you divide and conquer. You're better off having everybody compete together under one roof and everyone asking everyone they know to sponsor, attend, and donate to your event. Consider building a fact sheet about your organization that explains maybe who you guys are, what the event is going to be about, maybe a little tear-off form on the bottom, and asking everybody you meet to sponsor, attend, and donate to your event. If you're sitting down at a restaurant, ask to speak to a manager. When a manager comes up and looks like he might be a little nervous that maybe you're upset with something, and you pull out the fact sheet and say, "Excuse me, sir or ma'am, would you like to sponsor our organization's event? Or would you like to attend our event? Or would you like to donate to our event?" They may say yes to one, they may say yes to two. They'll likely not say no to all three. Maybe you have somebody that already is a big donator to your organization. Maybe they donate and already attend. Maybe this year they might consider sponsoring your event if you ask. You don't ask, you don't know. You don't ask, you don't get. So ask everyone to sponsor, attend, and donate. Following all 7 of these principles, you'll get the right people at your event, you'll raise the right amount of money, and you'll have a great cause that will help a lot of people in your community. Good luck. My name is Kevin. If you need any help with your event, or you just want to call me and pick my brain, my phone number is right there on the screen. I'll share with you all the free helpful advice I can, and it's very practical and in a real world setting. Look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.